Hey everyone, in this video we're going to look at what increasing and decreasing intervals are and use interval notation to describe intervals on a graph that are increasing, decreasing, and constant. In its simplest form, an increasing interval is any part of the graph that goes up from left to right, and a decreasing interval is just the opposite. It's any part of a graph that goes down from left to right. If any part of the graph is flat, it's said to be a constant interval. Okay, I've drawn a very simple graph here just to illustrate what I was just explaining. So I want to look from left to right on the graph, and I'm looking along the x-axis, and I'm looking for the places where y is increasing. So if I start right about there on x, something like that, I'll just put a mark. Then from x until it's going up, it's still going up all the way to right there, so that's about this point on x. So we say that this interval is increasing from here to here. Whatever that is on x, that's my increasing interval. Now notice that starting right at this point, it goes straight across flat until you get to right here. So from that point where it stopped increasing all the way to this point, that's flat, that's said to be a constant interval. And then starting at this point, all the way to this end point right about here, so it's going down from this point to this point, so this interval right here is said to be a decreasing interval. Okay, I've drawn a simple graph here and I want to use it to identify the increasing, decreasing, and constant intervals. We'll start with increasing. Remember that to be an increasing interval, the graph has to go up from left to right. So we notice right at the very beginning of the graph, it is going up all the way to this point right up here. So we would notice that it starts going up at the value of x is -7, and it continues to go up all the way until x is -5. So that is one of our increasing intervals, this interval from right here to right here. Then it also goes up starting here at 2, and it continues to grow up actually all the way to positive infinity. So everything from 2 all the way out here to positive infinity is part of our increasing interval. So let's see if we can write those in interval notation. So it begins increasing at -7, and it stops decreasing at -5, or increasing. And then there's another interval, and we'll just put a comma. It starts increasing at 2, and it continues to increase all the way to infinity, so we use our infinity sign, like that. Notice that I put parentheses on both sides. We never include the endpoints in an interval, because the actual point is never rising or increasing or decreasing. So the point is not counted. If you need review of interval notation, I do have a video on interval notation that will help you write this if that's a problem for you. Now let's look at where it's decreasing. So these were increasing. I'll just abbreviate here. INC. And I'm going to do decreasing now. So it starts going down right where it stopped going up at -5. So we start at -5. And then along x, it continues to go down all the way to right here, where x is -2. So -5 to -2 is a decreasing interval, and there is no other decreasing interval. So that is the only place where we have a decreasing interval, which I'll abbreviate DEC here. Finally, that leaves one place here between -2 and +2, and that's said to be a constant interval. So I'm going to write that as -2 to +2. Again, notice I'm always using parentheses, never brackets, because I don't include either of the endpoints in my intervals. Increasing, decreasing, and constant intervals are quick and easy to identify by looking at the graph and reading it left to right. Then identifying the x values where the graph goes up, down, or remains flat. These intervals are easy to write using interval notation. If you're not familiar with it, remember you can look at my video on interval notation at the link in the description below. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Leave me a comment below to let me know if this makes finding and writing increasing and decreasing intervals quicker and easier for you. If you found this video useful, I'd appreciate it if you would click the thumbs up and like the video, and the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, to support the channel and help us make more videos. Also, you can visit our website at mymatheducation.com for more information and problem-solving steps, as well as our social media links. You'll find the link along with other links of interest in the description below. Again, thanks for watching and thanks for your support.